Here, on the eastern half of a remote island, lies a nation cradled by the sea. This is Timor-Leste, or East Timor. It is a land of dramatic contrasts. Towering mountains, cloaked in ancient forests, rise from the earth like sleeping giants. Their peaks seem to scrape the very sky, holding clouds in their silent embrace. Below them, valleys unfold in a tapestry of green, carved by rivers that journey slowly towards the coast. This is a place where nature still holds sway, a world largely untouched by the relentless pace of modern life. The air itself feels different here, heavy with the scent of damp earth and salt spray, carrying whispers of a history as old as the land itself. The coastline is a masterpiece of geological time. It stretches for hundreds of kilometers, a fringe of brilliant white sand against the deep, mysterious blue of the Timor Sea. Coral reefs, some of the most biodiverse on our planet, lie just beneath the surface. They are underwater cities, teeming with life of every imaginable shape and color. On the shore, coconut palms lean towards the water, their fronds rustling a constant, gentle rhythm. The sound is like a soft sigh, a lullaby sung by the island itself. It is a place of profound tranquility, where the world seems to slow down, inviting one to simply watch and to listen. In the highlands, the air grows cooler. Mist often clings to the slopes, softening the rugged outlines of the mountains. Here, dense forests are home to creatures found nowhere else on Earth. Birds with brilliant plumage flash through the canopy, their calls echoing through the stillness. The forest floor is a complex world of its own, a network of roots and fallen leaves where life quietly thrives in the shadows. These forests are the lungs of the island, breathing life into the landscape. They are also the guardians of ancient secrets, places where local communities have long sought sanctuary and sustenance, their lives interwoven with the cycles of the trees. This entire island is a living, breathing entity. Every part is connected. The rain that falls on the highest peaks feeds the rivers that nourish the lowlands. The nutrients from the land flow into the sea, sustaining the vibrant reefs. And the people, the Timorese, live in harmony with this powerful, natural world. They understand its rhythms. They respect its power. For centuries they have navigated its challenges and cherished its gifts. To discover East Timor is not just to see a new place, but to witness a profound connection between humanity and the wild, a bond forged over countless generations. Our journey begins in the heart of the island, in the cool air of the mountains. We leave the gentle bustle of the capital, Dili, behind us. The road soon begins to climb, winding its way through the rugged terrain. With every turn, the landscape becomes more dramatic, more untamed. We pass through small mountain villages, where houses are built on stilts, perched on the edge of steep slopes. Life here moves at a different pace. It is governed by the rising and setting of the sun, and the changing of the seasons. The air is filled with the sounds of the highlands, the distant crowing of a rooster, the laughter of children, and the ever-present whisper of the wind through the trees. The road itself is a testament to resilience. It is a narrow ribbon of earth and stone, often precarious, clinging to the mountainside. It dips into deep valleys, where we cross rivers on simple, sturdy bridges. Then it climbs again, offering breathtaking views of the world below. From these high vantage points, the island seems to stretch on forever. We see forests rolling across the hills like a great green ocean. We see distant glimpses of the sea, a sliver of brilliant blue on the horizon. The journey is slow, deliberate. It forces you to pay attention, to to notice the small details. A colorful orchid growing by the roadside, a hawk circling high above. As we descend from the highlands, the air begins to change. It grows warmer, thicker, and carries the unmistakable scent of the sea. The vegetation transforms as well. The dense mountain forests give way to groves of eucalyptus and sandalwood, and then to vast plantations of coconut palms. The sounds change too. The gentle mountain breeze is replaced by a stronger, salt-laden wind that rustles the palm fronds with a dry, rhythmic hiss. The sense of anticipation grows with every kilometer. We are approaching a different world, a world shaped not by the mountains, but by the endless power of the ocean. Finally, through a break in the trees, we see it. The Timor Sea. It is a stunning, almost shocking expanse of turquoise and cobalt blue. The water is so clear that you can see the dark shapes of the coral reefs beneath the surface, even from a distance. The road now runs parallel to the coast, with the sea on one side and the steep forested hills on the other. We are entering the domain of the coastal villages, communities whose entire existence is intertwined with the great body of water that lies at their doorstep. The journey has prepared us for what is to come, slowly revealing the raw, unspoiled beauty of this land. We arrive at a small village nestled in a sheltered cove. It is a place that seems to have grown organically from the landscape itself. Houses, built from local wood and woven palm leaves, stand on stilts along the edge of the white sand beach. They are simple, elegant structures, designed to catch the cooling sea breeze. Fishing nets, in various states of repair, are draped over wooden racks, their intricate patterns like works of art against the bright sand. Colorful outrigger canoes, known as beiros, are pulled up on the shore, their slender forms resting after a long night on the water. The entire village seems to be in a state of quiet repose. The rhythm of life here is dictated by the sea. There is a palpable sense of peace, a slowness that is deeply calming. The only sounds are the gentle lapping of waves on the shore, the rustle of palm leaves, and the distant melodic calls of seabirds. Children play in the shallows, their laughter echoing across the water. An old man sits in the shade of a large banyan tree, patiently mending a net with a wooden needle. His movements are slow and precise, honed by a lifetime of practice. There is no sense of urgency here, only a quiet, steady purposefulness that permeates every aspect of daily life. The community is the heart of the village. Life is lived openly, with doors and windows open to the sea air. Families gather on the verandas of their homes, sharing stories and preparing food together. There is a strong sense of interdependence. The success of one fisherman is a benefit to all. The harvest from a family garden is shared with neighbors. This collective spirit is the foundation of their resilience. It has allowed them to endure hardship and to preserve their way of life for generations, in the face of immense change in the world beyond their shores. As the afternoon sun begins to dip towards the horizon, the village slowly begins to stir with a different kind of energy. The fishermen prepare their boats and their lamps for the night's work. The women begin to gather their baskets and their tools, their eyes turned towards the shallow waters of the reef. A new chapter of the day is about to begin. It is a time of quiet anticipation, a subtle shift in the village's rhythm. The setting sun paints the sky in brilliant shades of orange and pink, casting a warm, golden light over the entire scene. It is a moment of breathtaking beauty and a prelude to the ancient rituals that are about to unfold. As the tide begins to recede, a remarkable tradition comes to life. The women of the village emerge from their homes. They do not carry rods or nets. Instead, they carry hand-woven baskets and simple pointed sticks. They move with a quiet confidence towards the shoreline, their figures silhouetted against the setting sun. This is their domain. The shallow waters of the reef flat, exposed by the low tide, are their ancestral fishing grounds. This practice, known as tazi feto, or women of the sea, is a tradition passed down from mother to daughter through countless generations. It is a vital part of the village's culture and its survival. They enter the water, which is now only ankle deep in many places. They spread out across the reef flat, each woman claiming a small patch of this temporary watery landscape. Their movements are graceful and deliberate. They walk slowly, their eyes scanning the pools and crevices in the coral. They are looking for the telltale signs of life, the flicker of a small fish, the burrow of a crab, or the dark shell of a sea cucumber hiding amongst the rocks. This is an art that requires immense patience and a deep, intuitive understanding of the marine environment. It cannot be learned from a book. It must be absorbed through years of observation and practice. When a woman spots her prey, she moves with surprising speed and precision. A quick jab of her stick, a swift scoop of her hand, and a small fish or crab is secured and placed in her basket. There is a quiet efficiency to their work. No movement is wasted. They communicate with each other through soft calls and gestures, sharing information about where the best catches might be found. They are not merely harvesting from the sea, they are interacting with it. They understand its cycles, its moods, and its limits. They take only what they need, ensuring that the reef will continue to provide for their children and their children's children. This ritual is more than just a way of gathering food. It is a powerful expression of the women's role within the community. While the men venture out into the deep sea in their canoes, the women hold stewardship over the shallows. They are the guardians of the reef, the keepers of a specialized knowledge that is essential to the village's well-being. As they work under the vast open sky, with the water swirling around their ankles, they are connected to their ancestors and to the very land itself. It is a beautiful, powerful display of the enduring strength and wisdom of the women of Timor-Leste. The receding tide is the conductor of this evening orchestra. As the water pulls back, it reveals a world that is, normally hidden from view. The coral reef emerges, a labyrinth of intricate shapes and textures. It is a landscape of extraordinary complexity. There are sharp, branching corals that look just like miniature trees, and smooth, boulder-like corals covered in a soft, colorful fuzz. Small pools of water are left behind, trapping tiny fish and other creatures. These tidal pools are like miniature aquariums, each one a self-contained ecosystem, glittering in the fading light. The air is filled with the sound of trickling water as it drains from the reef. The women move through this revealed world with an intimate familiarity. They know every crevice, every overhang. They know which types of coral shelter, which types of fish. They can read the patterns in the sand to find where a clam might be buried. This knowledge, it's not written down. It is held in their collective memory, a library of ecological wisdom passed down through generations. They tread carefully, their bare feet accustomed to the sharp edges of the coral. Their respect for this environment is evident in every step they take. They are not invaders here. They are part of the ecosystem itself. As they work, the wildlife of the reef continues its own daily dramas all around them. A small octopus, disturbed from its hiding place, jets away, leaving a puff of ink in its wake. A moray eel peeks its head out from a coral cave, its mouth opening and closing slowly. Armies of tiny hermit crabs scuttle across the sand, each one carrying its borrowed home on its back. The women are so attuned to this world that they seem almost invisible to the creatures they share it with. They are a natural, expected presence on the reef, as much a part of the scenery as the coral and the sand. The tide does not wait. After reaching its lowest point, it begins its slow, inexorable return. This is the signal for the women to finish their work. They gather their baskets, now heavy with the day's catch, and begin to make their way back to the shore. The water, which had been their hunting ground, now begins to reclaim its territory, covering the reef once more. As the last of the women leaves the water, the sun finally dips below the horizon. The sky is a deep, velvety purple, and the first stars are beginning to appear. The rhythm of the tide has completed another cycle, and the women have once again played their part in its ancient, unchanging dance. Back in the village, the evening meal is, really a communal affair. The catch from the reef, small fish, crabs, and shellfish, well, that's the centerpiece of the feast. Fires are lit along the beach, and their flames cast this warm, flickering glow on the faces of the villagers. The air fills with the delicious aroma of grilling fish, mixed with the scent of wood smoke and, honestly, the salt of the sea. The food is prepared simply, with a skill that comes from, generations of practice. The fish is seasoned with salt and maybe just a squeeze of lime, then cooked over the open flames until it's perfectly tender. The entire village seems to gather for this evening ritual. Families sit together on woven mats spread out on the sand. The food is shared from common plates, a symbol of their interconnectedness. Rice, a staple of the Timorese diet, is served alongside the fresh seafood. Sometimes there are vegetables from the small gardens that people tend behind their homes, sweet potatoes, cassava, and leafy greens. The meal is not just about sustenance, it's a time for connection, for sharing the stories of the day. The men talk of their time on the deep water, and the women describe their discoveries on the reef. As the meal winds down, the elders often take the lead. They are the keepers of the village's history, really the living libraries of its culture. They tell stories of the ancestors, tales of mythical creatures, and the founding of the village. These stories are more than just entertainment. They are a way of passing on values, of teaching the younger generation about their identity and their place in the world. The children listen with wide eyes, absorbing the lessons and the legends that have shaped their community for centuries. The sound of the storyteller's voice blends with the gentle rhythm of the waves, creating a truly magical atmosphere. Later, as the fires burn down to glowing embers, the sound of music might drift through the night air. Someone might bring out a traditional instrument, maybe a simple stringed guitar or a handmade drum. The melodies are often hauntingly beautiful, filled with a sense of melancholy and hope. They speak of the island's long and often difficult history, but also of its enduring spirit and its deep connection to the natural world. This is the heart of Timorese culture: a meal shared, a story told, a song sung. It is in these simple, profound moments that the true soul of the village is revealed. Just beyond the beach and the coconut groves, the forest begins. It rises steeply from the coast, a dense wall of green that seems to, swallow the light. This forest is a world away from the open, sun-drenched expanse of the sea. It is a place of shadows and secrets, of damp earth and tangled vines. To step into it is to enter another realm. The air immediately becomes cooler, and the sounds of the sea are replaced by the sounds of the forest, the hum of insects, the chirping of unseen birds, and the rustle of leaves as some small creature moves through the undergrowth. The forest is as vital to the village as the sea. It provides wood for building their homes and their canoes. It offers medicinal plants that have been used for centuries to heal sickness and injury. It is a source of fruits, nuts, and other foods that supplement their diet of seafood and rice. The villagers move through this forest with the same respect and understanding that they show for the reef. They know which trees can be cut and which must be left to grow. They know how to find the hidden springs that provide fresh, clean water. Their knowledge is a form of conservation, a sustainable way of living that has preserved the forest for generations. There is a deep spiritual connection between the people and the forest. Certain trees, particularly the ancient, massive banyan trees, are considered sacred. They are believed to be the homes of spirits, the guardians of the land. Small offerings of flowers or food are sometimes left at the base of these trees, a sign of respect and a request for protection. These beliefs foster a profound reverence for the natural world. The forest is not seen as a resource to be exploited, but as a living entity, a powerful and sacred presence that must be honored. At night, the forest comes alive with a different set of sounds. The calls of nocturnal birds and the strange echoing cries of geckos create a mysterious and sometimes unnerving symphony. To the villagers, these sounds are as familiar as the sound of the waves. They are the voices of the night, the whispers of the forest spirits. This constant, close presence of the wild, both the sea and the forest, shapes the worldview of the people. It reminds them that they are part of a much larger, more powerful world, and that their survival depends on living in harmony with it. Life in these coastal villages is, a delicate balance between the old ways and the new. While traditions like the remain strong, the outside world is making its presence felt. A small solar-powered light might illuminate a home that for centuries was lit only by fire. A mobile phone, charged by a communal generator, connects a young villager to a world far beyond the horizon. These small changes are navigated with a careful, considered approach. The community embraces what is useful, but is wary of anything that might threaten the core of its culture and its connection to the land. Education is one of the most significant agents of change. A small, simple schoolhouse stands at the edge of the village. Here, children learn to read and write in Tetum and Portuguese, the official languages of their young nation. They learn about the wider world, about science and history. This new knowledge opens up possibilities that were unimaginable to their grandparents. Yet, in the evenings, these same children will sit at the feet of their elders, listening to the ancient stories. They are learning to walk in two worlds, to honor their heritage while preparing for a different future. The challenges are real. Climate change threatens the coral reefs that are the lifeblood of the village. The warming sea could disrupt the delicate balance of the marine ecosystem. The lure of jobs in the capital city can pull young people away from the village, threatening the continuity of traditions. The community is aware of these pressures. They talk about the changes they see in the tides and the weather. They worry about whether their children will choose to stay and carry on the life of a fisherman or a reef gleaner. There is a quiet sense of uncertainty about what the future holds. Yet, there is also a powerful sense of hope and resilience. This is a community that has survived centuries of hardship and upheaval. Their culture is not a fragile thing, but a strong and adaptable one. They are finding ways to integrate new ideas without losing their identity. They are working to protect their environment, planting mangroves to protect the coast, and establishing local rules to prevent overfishing. They are looking to the future, not with fear, but with the same quiet determination that their ancestors have always shown. They are the guardians of a precious way of life, navigating the currents of change with wisdom and grace. Our journey through this remarkable land comes to a close, but its impressions remain. East Timor is a nation of breathtaking natural beauty, from its mist-shrouded mountains to its turquoise seas. It is a place where the grandeur of the landscape is matched only by the strength and resilience of its people. To travel here is to be reminded of the deep and ancient connection between humanity and the natural world, a connection that has been lost in so much of our modern planet. It is a land that invites you to slow down, to observe, and to listen to the subtle rhythms of life. The memory of the women of the sea wading through the shallow waters of the reef is particularly powerful. Their quiet, graceful work is a living embodiment of tradition, a testament to the wisdom passed down through generations. In their movements, one can see a profound respect for the environment, a sustainable way of life that has allowed both the community and the reef to thrive. They are a symbol of the vital role that women play in this society, as providers, as teachers, and as guardians of a culture that is deeply intertwined with the natural world. It is a quiet, powerful ritual that speaks volumes about the soul of this nation. As the world's youngest country in the 21st century, Timor-Leste faces an uncertain future. It stands at a crossroads, balancing the need for development with the desire to preserve its unique cultural heritage and its pristine environment. The challenges are immense, but the spirit of the Timorese people is stronger. It is a spirit forged in a long struggle for independence and tempered by a deep love for their land. There is a quiet confidence here, a determination to build a better future on their own terms, without sacrificing the values that make them who they are. To leave Timor-Leste is to carry with you a sense of wonder and a deep respect. It is a land of mystery and beauty, a place that has not yet revealed all of its secrets. It serves as a vital reminder that there are still corners of our world where life moves at a different pace, where communities live in close harmony with the earth. The enduring spirit of this island nation, its untamed landscapes, and its resilient people offers a profound and timely lesson for all of humanity. It is a story of survival, of hope, and of the enduring power of the human connection to our planet.